Welcome to the Legacy Crusaders YouTube channel. This is our Ask Judgeman series. Not that I'm an actual judge, but I do my absolute best to look up and research anything that we might be covering on this before I post any ruling questions or rulings that anyone may want to know about. Today we're going to be talking about cards that do something instead of being destroyed, or something of a similar nature. A couple of more popular ones from recent releases include Proxy Dragon, or Odd Eyes Lancer Dragon, the Phantom Knight's Sword, and a couple of cards that are just like that, Return of the Dragon Lords, and so on. So the specific ruling in relation to these types of cards is very common and almost exactly the same from card to card. So we're going to talk about one I found on a recent look through the Judges Forum, and we'll talk about a couple of similar scenarios, and that'll be it for the video. If I use Black Rose Dragon against an Odd Eyes Lancer Dragon to destroy a field full of Odd Eyes monsters, can Odd Eyes Lancer Dragon prevent the destruction of his board? The second question here is, my opponent has Sleeper, I'll assume it is Spiral Sleeper, and I have Proxy Dragon and a monster next to it. If he activates Sleeper's effect to pop my monster and Proxy, can I send the monster Proxy points to the graveyard instead? So I've already pulled them up. I have Proxy Dragon and I have Odd Eyes Lancer Dragon. Now, Proxy Dragon is more commonly found in most decks, and a very similar question occurs often when it comes to being Raigeki'd or Dark Hold while you control Proxy Dragon. So we're going to actually start off by answering the question in relation to Proxy Dragon. So the question is, if Proxy Dragon and the monster that it points to would be destroyed, could I prevent the destruction by destroying that monster using Proxy Dragon's effect? Now, something important to note is that Proxy Dragon's effect is continuous. It doesn't activate. At the resolution of a card effect that would destroy a card or cards you control, you can destroy the monster this card points to instead. Now, when it says destroy that monster instead, that means that monster needs to be alive. Now, that might sound strange, but if you activate Raigeki, and that would destroy all monsters you control, including the monsters that Proxy Dragon is pointing at. So Proxy Dragon cannot destroy them instead because they're already destroyed. So in order for Proxy Dragon's effect to protect a card or cards on your field, the card it's destroying instead cannot be the card that it's preventing from being destroyed. It cannot be one of those cards because it's already being destroyed. It can't be destroyed instead because it would already be destroyed. Let's take a look at Odd Eyes Lancer Dragon and see a similar but slightly different scenario. It's kind of small on the screen, but I'll just run down the general effect of Odd Eyes Lancer Dragon. And the effect we're talking about is the one that says, if an Odd Eyes card or cards you control would be destroyed, you can destroy one Odd Eyes card you control on the field or in your hand instead. So in the scenario asked on the Judges Forum, a Black Rose Dragon was activated, and he was curious if this card could protect all of his monsters. And the answer is yes, it can, as long as it can destroy a card that's in his hand, because all the cards on his field would be destroyed instead, so they actually cannot be used to prevent the destruction of the other cards. So similar to with Proxy Dragon, the card that you're going to destroy instead can't already be destroyed. And that's similar to the rulings that had occurred previously with Kozmo Landwalker, that if your opponent activates Raigeki, you can't shift destruction to another Kozmo monster or to just a single Kozmo monster, because they were all going to be destroyed already. But you can shift the destruction to Kozmo Town, which is another card on the field, in order to prevent the destruction of all of your Kozmo monsters. Another interesting scenario I saw presented on the Judges Forum was that, let's say you have Proxy Dragon linked to Ib the World Chalice Priestess, which is linked to Proxy Dragon, and your opponent activates Dark Hole. Could Proxy Dragon attempt to destroy Ib, the World Chalice Priestess, because it wouldn't be destroyed, to prevent itself from being destroyed, but not destroy Ib because Ib can't be destroyed? So Proxy Dragon would want to destroy Ib, but Ib can't be destroyed. So could Proxy Dragon's effect apply to protect itself by destroying Ib? I hope that wasn't too confusing. The point is, you're trying to use Proxy to destroy a card that can't be destroyed. So in that scenario, you cannot prevent the destruction of Proxy Dragon. The card that you attempt to destroy has to be able to be destroyed in order to successfully use the effect of Proxy Dragon. So if you want to do something instead of something else, that thing needs to actually occur. So for like Return of the Dragon Lords, you actually need to be able to banish the spell card from the graveyard, and likewise for things like Void Seer and other cards that are similar. So that's going to wrap up this episode of Ask Judgeman. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them down below in the comment section. If you have any interest in joining our Legacy Crusaders Discord, where you can just leave questions and discuss things with other Yu-Gi-Oh players on the team, you can also leave a comment down below. Let us know that you're interested in joining, and we will see you guys next time.